On April 30th, 2025, I posted a video saying we can build a parallel system that puts people before profit because a small town in Spain has literally shown us how. And that was based on a case study of a small town in Spain where in 1956, 5 people started a worker-owned business that scaled into a network of worker-owned businesses that built their own community infrastructure by dedicating 10% of their profits towards their own bank that they created. And that bank funded their own private healthcare system, their own private pensions, their own education system, housing projects, a welfare system, and all sorts of community projects. I just want to post an update today to let you know where I'm at, where this is going, and what my role is going to be in all of this. So that video I posted in April was not my first ever video. Before that, I'd been posting for months trying to raise awareness about cooperatives as an alternative to capitalism. And the idea is that cooperatives are alternative business models that are democratic, that share wealth equitably, and ultimately allow workers or consumers or communities to own the infrastructure that they depend on. Most people who've heard of cooperatives see it as something fringe or something that hippies do, but they don't see it as an economic powerhouse, which it is, that actually creates a regenerative economy, rebuilding communities and making people less dependent on governments or corporations for the essential services that they depend on. As you will know if you've watched my previous videos, cooperatives here in the UK contribute 40 billion to the UK economy. If you're in the USA, they contribute 650 billion to the US economy. They're a very serious part of the economy and they shouldn't be taken for granted. But most people don't know about co-ops. So my ultimate goal, now more than ever, was to raise awareness about cooperatives, and that still is my goal. I want cooperatives to be a household name. I want everyone to understand what they are, why they matter, how they work, and how they can be a part of the movement. That fundamentally is my goal, and I want more people to be a part of that. Because right now, we need more stewards. We need people who understand what cooperatives are and what the other alternatives are, and people who want to share that information with other people. It doesn't mean that we all have to start co-ops. It actually just means that we have to use our skills and use our mouths to talk about co-ops and to be a part of the movement in a way that feels intuitive and natural. So if you're not somebody who enjoys socializing a lot, you prefer to be online, or you're a bit introverted, that can still be useful. You can be a content creator like myself. I'm quite introverted. I'm not really somebody who socializes a lot, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be cooperating with people. It doesn't mean I can't build local infrastructure using the tools that I have in front of me. So that leads me into my next point, which is one of my goals here is also to create pathways into the movement, to learn the lessons from the cooperatives of the past and to implement them in a way that makes sense today through strategies, initiatives, and just presenting ideas for how we can build on the strong foundation left behind by the existing cooperatives that exist today. So the strategies, the frameworks, the pathways that I'll be presenting will be things that can be implemented here in this country and around the world. I want these ideas to be decentralized, so they're not centered around me or any specific individual. They're templates that anybody can pick up. Some of it will be adaptations of those things, because co-op evolution isn't just about repeating things exactly as they are. It's about evolving the concepts to meet the needs of today. So I will be sharing more case studies with you. I will be sharing more about co-op structure, the culture behind cooperatives. All of that will be educational, but that's going to be hand in hand with the strategy. Now, I've been thinking about how I sustain this because I would like to do this full time, and I would like for other people to start creating content around co-ops because there's a lot of stuff. I've got like 10, 20 different TikTok accounts that could be created around co-ops. And I would love for this to be a strong part of culture building and getting the word out there, but it needs to be sustainable. So I've been thinking about ways to do that ethically, and I never really wanted to charge for information because my primary goal is to get information out there. So I don't want to put a barrier between the information and the people. So I've come up with something that I think will kind of tick both boxes. I'm creating guidebooks that I think are needed because a lot of people have been asking me, where do I start? How do I sign up? Where do I join? Like, what next? So I've created a book called The Beginner's Guide to Co-ops, but I will be releasing the chapters for free via my YouTube channel as a kind of animated series kind of thing. And that will be freely available, but there will also be a link if you would like to have a digital PDF version of it, a hard copy of it, or an audiobook version of it, if you would like to contribute and support the work that I'm doing. So you can still access the information, but if you want it in a more structured way or something you can hold or listen to in the car on the way home from work, there's options there for you to do that and also contribute to the movement. And what I would love to do is to dedicate 10% of profits towards a central fund that will fund cooperative infrastructure locally and nationally.